Ladies and gentlemen, the show is about to begin. The Irish Spaghetti Podcast. Like and subscribe. Please enjoy the show. Nice, dude. That's coming through really good.
Crystal.
Yeah.
So
It sounds great.
I use the white chair because I'm wearing the white shirt.
Yeah.
The truth.
Oh, it's good. That's why I was wondering. That's why I brought up the boxing things. You know what I mean? It looks great, though.
Yeah, it does.
That's the better chair of the four, right?
I think, yeah, well, it's a newer model, which is
Yeah.
more high quality. All right, here we go. 5 seconds of silence, please. No more chair talk.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Irish Spaghetti Podcast. We're your hosts, Billy G, Nicky P. Nick, what up, baby? How are you?
I'm pretty good, sir. How are you?
Good, man. Good. What episode are we on?
We are on episode 45. We're nearing
45,
the 50s,
stay alive.
45,
Yeah.
stay alive.
It's going to be the best episode. It's just going to be the greatest
It's going to be
episode.
the greatest episode of all time.
Remember, he was number 45.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
the president.
right?
Hell
It's
yeah.
going to be the best episode.
In honor of Donald
Yeah.
J. Trump, episode 45 of the Irish Spaghetti Podcast.
And that Gary, right?
Yeah, I like it.
Put it together, yeah.
I like
man.
it, the Donald.
Yeah.
So as you can see, or you probably heard in our little pregame, I'm not going to cut that out. I'm wearing a white shirt here, so I changed to a white chair today. The reason why I'm wearing this shirt, making a comeback, True Classic Tees, baby.
True
Classic Tees. I went and ordered the long sleeve 3-packs. I felt like I owed it to them to actually give them my business now that they made good on their end. The tees came in. I washed them. It shrank down in size. As you can see, I'm wearing it right now. It is a luscious and silky color of white. It's very, very comfortable, very soft. And again, True Classic Tees are a buy. So I'm doing my due diligence. I'm making amends for the anger that I showed towards them originally. And I am promoting them for a second time on the show. Can't speak highly enough about them, as I said before. True Classic Tees. So
The color is bone with
it's
Nimbus
dude,
print.
It's so white. I mean, it looks white on camera. It looks that white in real life too, even with the lights on me and everything.
Nah,
it's a
but
crazy
remember
white shirt.
American Psycho's like
Beautiful.
The color is bone with Nimbus print.
Oh yeah,
with
man. Yes.
their cards.
The card scene is one of the greatest scenes in movie history.
He's like,
Love that scene.
he's like, let's see Paul Allen's. He's like, he's all worked up about it and
He's like,
sweating.
devastating.
Yeah.
His card's
Like, just-
better. He's
like,
so
just
mad about
drops
it.
it. His hand is shaking and stuff. Oh, what a movie, man!
So
who
can-
would think to like, you know?
What, make that movie? It
Well,
was a book first.
Absolutely, but who would think like, you know what I mean? Like, just like those guys are always at war. They're always, you know, like who has the best of the best of the best.
Oh,
We're
yeah.
we're a
Oh,
card.
that sociopath,
yeah,
corporate business,
like all of them.
competitive greed, lunacy.
None of them know each other's real name because they're so like, you know, into themselves and they don't care about the other people. So they just
Right.
go around calling whatever.
Their whole lives are just trying to
Yeah.
one up each other in
Exactly,
posture. Like
yeah.
your sense of self worth is only in the eyes of your peers,
Dude.
like not yourself. That's crazy.
It'd be an awesome life.
That's crazy.
It'd be an
Actually, no,
awesome
it would
life.
not be. Ew. You would want that?
We box sometimes at the Harvard Club. Tell them I'm busy. It's so man. You think I would have
Tell
loved?
'em I'm
You don't think
busy.
I'd love telling my secretary just say no?
House
you know
boy.
what I mean? Yeah.
House boy.
Yeah.
Dingle, dingle, dingle.
He's like gets the day started. He like kicks his hair up and he just like starts reading a magazine like immediately. Like it seems like it
Someone comes in, lights his pipe for him. He just
Yeah.
puffs it. It's you. You're just like,
it just seems
I'm
like
tired of this tobacco flavor.
the
Fetch me a new one, boy.
The higher you climb, the less work you do. and
The
you
layer
get paid-
cake, man. You've
Yeah.
seen the layer cake speech, haven't you?
No.
Are you serious?
No.
Daniel Craig, very famous. Everyone knows it. I think it was a Guy Ritchie film.
Yeah.
Watch the speech.
It's a Guy Ritchie film, and I haven't seen it.
I believe so.
Layer. I've seen it.
Pretty sure, right? Guy
It's
Ritchie?
a 4L4.
Put it in the comments, guys. I believe
yeah.
it's Guy Ritchie. But yeah. It was very famous.
Yeah.
It's a UK movie. It's a whatever British movie, 100%. But it was like another cult classic. Very good movie. I enjoyed it. But the whole speech at the end is about that. He's like, you start off. He's like, you take shit. He's like, you go up another level or whatever. He's like, you take less shit. He's like, you go up a little bit further, you take less shit. He goes, until one day you're in the
giving
rarefied
shit.
atmosphere where you forgot what shit even looks like.
Oh my
and
God.
he's like the old boss at the end. He's like schooling Daniel Craig, who's like an arrogant come upper. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? And he's like, welcome to the layer cake. Son.
Is that where
Great
he got
speech.
his? Is that where he got his start? Or like, was that a young Daniel Craig?
It was
or
a young
what?
Daniel
Yeah.
Craig. That was one that definitely was like one of the cult classic icons that made him. Yeah, you know what I mean? That's people love him for that.
Yeah.
So that was a great movie.
Oh my God, I had to do a callback, but I wanted to. You know what? I swear to God, I should have put this in the notes, but I wanted to do this. Do you remember the other day? Just considering listen,
this show might go real long today or real short today.
Oh, yeah, we got nothing today,
Yeah,
guys.
it was just one of those
This
days.
is just, we want to be here.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
we're doing it.
So
This
we're
isn't
just
an emergency
shooting from
podcast.
the hip here.
Like,
Yeah,
none of that
exactly.
bullshit.
But you know what I want to talk about? So the other day, I handle our social media, and I had gotten a comment from some dude for our Beau is Afraid movie review, and it was an awful movie. It was horrible. And I remember,
that's right.
Yeah,
That guy was really upset.
and he was really upset. And I was like, did I get this wrong? Like, I was like, I couldn't have. I was like, maybe I was having a bad day. Maybe I wasn't really.
Would you watch it
again?
again?
No. So what I did was I went to the movie trailer, and
refresh it?
and
Take
I,
another whiff of that
well,
turd.
you know what I wanted to see? I wanted to see if people were in agreement.
Okay,
And
so you were looking at the comments?
Exactly. So I went straight to the comments.
Nice.
I remember the movie. I will never forget the movie.
You
so
don't
I
need
was
to
like-
watch the movie.
Exactly.
So you're just crowdsourcing.
And there it was next to every single name. It was, NYU Film School, this dude, this arts and something like that. And I knew it. And right then and there, it was just a million smug assholes thinking that, somehow they got what he was going for and the artistic
God, not
value
one
of it.
these.
You know what I mean? Let me explain something, okay? I swear to God, all right? The one thing that every movie critic or however you want to, use that should know is that the fucking thing should be entertaining at least.
Yes.
At the very least be
Yes.
entertaining. Okay? I don't need to try to guess what he was going for
Yeah.
the entire movie. It was confusing, blurred shit.
How about you just tell me?
Yeah, I have an
Why
even
don't you just
stronger opinion on it now.
It's called storytelling, not
Exactly.
story me fucking guessing
Exactly.
what it is. Yes.
The
tell
whole
me the
thing.
story.
And it was
I've never
just-
seen it, by the way. I took your word for it.
Yeah,
It's one of
dude,
the biggest
it was
pieces of
a
garbage.
gumbo of confusion, and it meant nothing. And I walked out of there upset. And it's like, and I promise you, it's not because my small mind just couldn't wrap around intrinsic. Say the nerd.
Intrinsic?
Intrinsics of it, right? Intricacies
Intricacies.
of this movie where
Yes.
I just I just couldn't get it, like it's just too far out of my it's probably fucked up not
Well,
knowing
they're
that
all
word.
just sucking their own artistic dicks.
Exactly.
That's all it is, man.
Exactly.
Come on. We all know what this is.
Yeah,
no one gives a shit.
They've all made some, student film that, was just as confusing. So of course they're on the level. They know what it is.
It's
That
like that
shit
kid in,
sucked.
It's like
It sucked.
That kid in high school that knows every indie band that no one else knows, and that's
Yeah.
like his fucking claim to greatness.
Mr. Music Snob, And of course,
Well, if you knew anything about
Yeah.
theater theory, you would know why this is a good movie.
Exactly. Led Zeppelin can't be great because why? Because we live in a world where some band name like Fart Sniff is in the world. You know what I mean? Shut the fuck up. They could be great. They could be great, and your band could be great too. You know what I mean?
Can't they
and by
serve
the way,
different purposes
Exactly.
too? Though? Does it have to be all the same for everybody? Like,
And art is subjective. I get that, but I could
yes,
tell you this:
all art is subjective.
Absolutely. But I could tell you this: I know a paint by numbers is probably not going to be as good as a Picasso. You know what I
fair
mean?
enough. I get
So
you.
we could pretty much agree that there is levels, and I could tell that if this is shit and this is not shit,
Right.
and I could tell you right now, Beau is Afraid is shit. So I just wanted to get back to that.
Did you get that guy's screen name? You want to call him out?
Well, his name's Jack something, and he was really
call him
on it. Yeah, Jack. Fuck you, Jack. I'm trying to play you, Jack. Fuck you,
I hope
Jack.
you're watching, Jack.
Exactly. Fuck you.
Like and subscribe, buddy.
Yeah, please explain to me. I bet you anything. If
know
you
what?
bought that movie, I swear to God, it sits on your fucking
how about this?
DVD case and it never gets open because it's shit. Because nobody would watch that for fun. Nobody would
You
watch
got
that for
that,
fun.
Jack?
You know why people
Got
watch
that?
that movie? So they could go out in the world and argue with other people
other
that
snobs.
didn't like. Yeah, well, just to argue it. Fuck the snobs. They're snobby, so they're up their own ass. So who cares? But they want to go out and argue with people like me that are like, "Yo, what was that? It was terrible." I spent 4 years, two apiece, arguing with people for Ari Aster. Even him, he didn't like Hereditary. I was like, dude, are you crazy? Like, had to be good. But not one
even
time
get me
did I think he just doesn't get it. He just doesn't get it.
No,
it just wasn't his bag.
Yeah, 100%.
That's it. That's
Yeah.
all there was to
Let's
it.
put it this way. I totally got it and didn't like it.
Didn't
It's
like
not
it.
my cup of tea.
It's fine.
That's all. Not
Yeah.
my cup of tea. But Beau is Afraid is nobody's cup of tea except for snobbish
It's a
assholes.
cup of shit.
It's a cup of shit.
It's a cup of shit. So drink up, Jack. Drink up. I never get mad at people that even anybody that even like looks at our content, I appreciate like you wouldn't believe. Like I thank you. I thank you.
Like and subscribe.
But this guy had one mission in life, and that was to go in there. Yeah.
But how about this?
It's like, wait, what
Jack,
did I miss?
Jack, we're getting the capability to take calls. We have it right now. I've talked about this before. We just haven't set it up yet.
Yeah.
We would be honored if you're watching this. We put this clip out on TikTok and you come back to make another snide comment, which is fine. Great. It's all welcome. Please do so.
Yes.
But we would love it if you call into the show so you and Billy can go at it live on the show as well. We would love to hear your point of view as to why it was a good movie and why Billy is so far off the mark.
Yeah.
So, and this is not like a trap, whatever. Like, we're good hosts.
Absolutely.
Please call. Guys, have it out.
I will let you talk
Mano y mano.
full time. Absolutely.
We'll go Spanish.
Yeah. Will you do me a solid though?
Yeah.
Two things. One,
I'll do that soon. If he,
when we do get the
go ahead.
capability, I'll
just gotta set it
personally
up.
reach out to him.
Yes.
Number two, will you do me a favor?
What?
Even if it's just like 30 minutes, the night before, can you maybe just check it out just so you got a general idea so you can have a take on it too?
No doubt. I'll watch the movie.
Exactly.
Jack, if you comment on this clip and you say that you're willing to have this debate with us on the show, I will watch the whole movie in preparation. We will test out the calling system, make sure that it works like a charm.
And if I'm wrong, then go with it.
If you're wrong, but let's have the debate. But you'll be the first caller on our show if you want to be. If you come back and see this, it's a big if. I'm sure he hates us now and probably won't watch our shit.
Yeah.
But should you be out there and find this, go ahead and like a comment or throw a comment on there and we'll get you on the show, man. That'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah, that would be a lot of fun.
We want to make this a very more expansive, and we keep talking about like having engagement. We want people to be part of the show, so we're gonna get it going.
Yeah, I just needed to know that I wasn't
so
far off the mark there, and
you.
it wasn't this brilliant thing that it was
everyone
awful.
was like pissed about it. Everyone said it was garbage in the comments.
So you got
or was
one
it just
side,
all the theater people,
just the theater people. Every single one of them that was defending this thing, was just so deep into it, and they, and filming so much more. They could watch some shitty French thing and go, oh, it was a love gripping story.
Where there's like 2 lines of dialogue and it's like kind of in black and white, but
and then
finishes
with Finn. Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
If it has Finn at the end, go fuck yourself.
Dude, you know what
he hates Finn.
Dude, you know what the most smug of all smug comments were though? Is that he made Hereditary and he made Midsommar, and it was these 2 wonderful horror movies, and I thought that was it. They were just so crazy.
Never saw Midsommar,
psychological horrors I loved. This was the thing, is that he really did something different, and some guy like I love those other 2 movies, and some guy just had to say it. Some guy went on there and goes, Ari Aster's magnum opus. It's like, shut the fuck up.
Oh my God.
Fuck up.
His magnum
What
opus.
Is he God? Fuck you. You know what I mean?
It's a
movie.
I'm going to use magnum opus. I'm going to abuse that term.
Exactly. It's a movie where somebody dies having a heart attack while fucking. Please.
The next time I'm done taking a big shit, I'm going to come out and
tell
you it's my magnum
take
opus.
Take a picture of it, and I'll put it online and see if Jack reaches out to that. Maybe if I put enough fancy, artistic, big New York University film school words, maybe he'll get it. You know what I mean?
The only greater shit than this is Bo's Afraid.
Exactly. It's like a small mountain I could climb. It's like, all right, buddy. Good for you. My buddy just made an underwater sculpture. You want to give it a look?
Come on, Jack.
Yeah.
Can I just say something real quick? I've noticed, because I was talking about the shirt at the beginning.
Yeah.
So we're both. God damn.
Jesus Christ.
God damn.
What the fuck? God damn.
We're both wearing white, and I've noticed this the last few times that I've edited. We often are wearing the same shirt. I just want you guys to know that this is never planned.
No.
We're just apparently very insane.
Oh, could you imagine?
So, do you know when the first time I noticed it was? If you go back to the drunk episode, it has the Grand Theft Auto wasted thumbnail. I forgot what episode it was, but neither here nor there. And as soon as the curtain lifts, we're both wearing Mickey Mouse shirts.
Oh yeah.
Or did I choose that one that day? But anyway, this
no,
happens
that one
all
you
the
chose,
fucking,
but the color was
This happens all the time.
Yeah,
we're wearing the same color shirt or whatever. I just noticed it. And here's the reason, and I'm gonna tell you why. The reason why that I notice it is only because I never ever wear white.
Yeah,
ever.
Yeah,
you'll never see. This is the
it
first.
Looks good
white.
on you, though.
I love it now, but it's the first white shirt I've worn in literally like 2 decades.
Yeah, it looks good on you.
Like, oh shit.
Well, we were both talking. We also for a favorite shirt, like something to reach for. There's just nothing better than like a fresh white tee or a black tee or a gray shirt. Just
logoless, sharp, classic tee.
There's a certain look
classic.
to that. Just,
I love
true classic.
One might say a truly classical tee.
Does this shirt make me look fat?
God damn it, Johnson.
I love their commercials.
Yeah, they're
man.
fantastic.
They're great.
Oh,
yeah.
can I just say this too? It's a personal vendetta, not vendetta. What's crusade? Not crusade. What's a positive term for crusade? Personal endeavor of mine. So I've been trying a lot of online shopping. You pointed this out at the beginning of the show. I just bought a jacket from David Outward. It's supposed to be a genuine leather jacket. The price was right. So throughout the course of the show, even though I'm not getting paid for this, I want to bring to you guys quality products that I find that are reasonably priced with excellent customer service and are a good buy, basically.
Yeah.
And I just want to do that because it's something that I wish people would do for me.
Yeah.
I'm tired of being like constantly sold to and things like that. So if this jacket comes and it is quality, I'm going to promote David Outward as well. And I'm just going to like throughout my travels. So I'm basically rebuilding my wardrobe and like, you know, changing a lot of things in my life in general. So I'm trying all these new services and like kind of ways of doing business and just trying new shit out. So basically, over the course of this, I'm just going to basically throw out there some gems for you guys.
Well, he
do some
hates
legwork for you.
he hates shopping,
Yeah, I can't
and
stand it.
online shopping is a big roll of the dice. So
Yes.
when you do find a company that does work really
I
well,
wanna be like,
and
hey,
always comes through.
yes.
It's like yes,
Let me throw it out
'Cause
there
It's not an
and
easy
shout
thing.
it back to you.
Yeah,
It's not.
It's very like honestly, man. Like Amazon Prime, you know you're getting it the next day.
Yeah.
But damn, dude, you're probably going to be sending some things back.
Yes.
There's not even a question.
Yeah, so when you roll the dice on a real purchase like that, you know, like, they're all going to say that they're the shit. Everyone has the world's best cup of coffee, right? So it's like, let me try it out and kind of see, at least, even if it's not for me, I'll at least tell you if you got what it advertised, like if it was what you paid for, more or less. So I just think that would be interesting over the course of time. So I bought a pair of shoes online. I'm going to check those out. I bought that jacket. And the True Classic tees are a fucking win. So as we go, I'm just going to let you know. Also, the things that I'm looking for this, and this is the reason why I chose to buy from David Outward. One of the big reasons. If you look at the reviews, the first thing that they mention is how stunningly good the customer service is. We need to bring humanity back to all forms and all walks of life. And customer service is one of those things that I look for. That I won't do business with people that have bad customer service. Because why reward that shit? Fuck them. So I heard that they actually talk to you. That they deal with you like immediately.
Well, it
Very
always
nice. Thank you just for that.
It always throws me off when I call and I got, you know, like, hello, my name is Jeffrey, and for some reason, dude, like it automatically, it's like automatically, it's like, okay, so you outsource, you outsource your labor,
you instantly sigh, you instantly go, like, not because you hate that bird, it's not about fucking any of that, it's because
nothing against them.
You know it's going to be difficult to get your issue resolved.
Exactly,
that's all it is.
Yeah,
you know he's not going to really understand what you're saying. They're going to have to escalate it to another fucking case file. You're not going to get a call back. You're going to call back 900 fucking times, and then like the fourth person you explain to might understand it, and you're like, oh, the last guys just didn't get what the fuck I was saying because they don't speak great English. It's just a language barrier.
And of course it's like, well, it's like I need my winter coat. Oh, I understand. Oh, you understand? You understand in hot ass Bangladesh how much I need this coat?
Are you on it?
Yeah, I'm in a fucking middle of a exactly. I'm in the middle of a blizzard right now, and you're sitting in a building whose it's cool days are 104 degrees, and you understand how bad I need this? Shut the fuck up.
Oh, do you need your coat?
Yes. Oh, baby needs his coat. I just walked to work for 6 miles without any.
Because we all need medicine.
Yes.
Our village has no medicine. Are you a bit chilly?
A Bengal.
Our eyeballs are rotting out.
A Bengal tiger came into my house last night and stole my daughter. But yes, you need your coat. Let me get right on that for you.
You know what's called life in our country. Our country needs a coat.
Oh yes, so you drive your Hyundai Sonata. I have a 1964 scooter. I swear to God, I built the engine from hand.
That the village all shares.
Yes. I don't even get it till next week. That'd be so funny.
The last guy didn't gas it up. He just loses his fucking mind. It's just like,
you forgot to clean it. Everybody's so mad at the next one. Oh, that'd be funny, dude.
Sir, we are working on your coat.
I always think that, man. Like
they don't give a fuck?
Yeah. Well, how about this? It's like just like whatever you're going through, man. Like it's got to be worse in other parts of the world.
Here's the thing. All right, so I always have a mixed review on that because it's like I'm upset because I want my issue dealt with all the shit we just mentioned. But I'm also really glad that they got a job. That it probably pays better than anything out there. Listen. So it's like there's this weird like fucked up dance that I do where I'm like. Let me put it this way. It's like I want you guys to do it and I want you to have the job, but I also want to get this. Can we find a... You see what I'm saying?
Dude, I don't blame them for taking the job.
Good.
I blame the company for going, okay, well, if I pay this guy, here,
sucks.
I could pay these people. I could pay Phil
6
and Lou,
walnuts and a fucking banana leaf.
$17 an hour, or plus insurance, or I could pay Dazmul over there. You know what I mean? I could literally. It would cost. The paper that it's printed on would be less than the check.
And let's not act like we're the pieces of shit here, because you know damn good and well when they're in the board of directors meeting, that's what the fuck they're discussing.
Absolutely.
Not how little to
Yep.
pay them. And like they probably do like tests. They probably like spend money on fucking market
Oh,
research.
yeah.
Where they go there and find out what would be considered a lot of money to them and pay them just below that.
Yep.
You know, whether like they ask like a local there, they do a survey or whatever. It's like, oh, like $5,000 American dollars a year. Would you take that job? And they're like,
Yep.
I would murder my first fucking born for
course.
that job. Yeah,
Of course.
So then they wean it down and they find out to the bare minimum. And then when I call, that's what they're paying that fucking guy. So don't get mad at me,
Dude,
don't get mad at me.
Some good-looking Jewish guy in a silk suit that crunches numbers like no other has one job and one job only. That's the cost of
fuck that guy.
labor, and he's sending it right over there. Because you know why? Because he can.
It's his job.
Because it's as easy as patching somebody through
It's
to
as
the
easy
phone.
as carry the one.
Exactly.
That's it, dude.
Goodbye.
It's just math to
Yeah.
them. They have a spreadsheet.
Yeah, that's it, and that's all they are, and that's
Yes.
all we are. So that's it.
So
that's
now
it.
Dazmul is giving me bad service.
and dude, they can, because do you want to talk to my supervisor? Sure, he's right over.
Bro,
Just click.
I just had the worst thought ever, and I hope this doesn't come to pass. I was just thinking, like, I'm going to find out. I know it's going to happen in the not-too-distant future who the fuck is making my true classic tea.
Yeah.
And it's going to break my heart. Please be American-made. I need to do a little bit more
You think
research.
it is American-made?
I hope so,
You check
man.
the tag?
I hope it's not made.
Is it tagless?
Huh?
Tagless?
You want to check real quick? No homo? Well, whatever, dude.
Okay.
Make it gay. I don't give a fuck.
No, who cares?
I don't give a fuck. Like and subscribe. Does it say? It doesn't say, does it?
Made in China.
Does it say? For real?
It's Chinese.
Damn.
Made in
Damn.
China.
But our marketing's American. It's
Yeah,
like-
yeah.
Oh, by the way, I'm smoking.
Did that break your heart a little bit?
Yeah, that's why I just rolled
But,
past.
I mean,
I just like a little. It's
dude,
a
listen,
good
they're a
shirt.
company. That's it.
It's not my fault that America doesn't fucking make anything
Absolutely,
anymore. What do
yeah.
you want from me? Donald Trump tried to get our industry
Dude,
back.
listen,
all right.
we tried with cars and TVs and we fucked that up. So that's it, okay? We blew it. We were just talking about getting the job and you know what I'm talking about. We were just talking about we were just talking about getting the job and blowing the job, okay?
it.
We had General Motors and we had TVs and we blew those fucking markets. So now the Japanese and the and Mexicans get those jobs. So that's it.
The
That's it.
goddamn Japs.
The goddamn Jets. Yeah. I mean, Motor City.
By the way-
Motor City without a single car factory there.
The more I live life, I think that there's a strong case to be made that the Japanese are the greatest people on the face of the earth.
You just love them.
They're the fucking best. I really think that the Japanese are a superior race.
Dude, did you see?
I'm sure they have their animals too, but
Yeah, of course. But who doesn't? I mean, that's
Dude.
inherent in people.
they're fucking great at everything.
Dude, did you see that video? It's viral right now. They had the.
Am I about to eat my words?
No. The Japanese are great. It's literally us.
Let me get a little higher before I hear this. This is weed, guys. I'm smoking Gorilla Glue. It's a Packwoods vape. Very, very good, by the way. So if I get a little bit off, you know why.
All right, take your hit. I could set this up. Okay, so all right, so
We probably can't see it, can you?
Jenny went out overseas and went and partied and shit, right? That when she was in the
Yeah, she was
military, right?
military.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
So these 4 GIs got there. It's these black dudes, right? There's like 4 of them. They're out in Japan and they're living it up. They're partying and they're at a club, right? It's what is that? PT private
Is this a
time?
recent story?
Dude, this is brand new.
Oh,
so they
okay.
got private time, right? So they go to Japan. Well, they wind up getting into some shit into a club and
Sounds
they go
mischievous.
outside. And they brought a little taste of America, dude. They go outside and they start beating up this dude. They're jumping this cat outside, right? And they're whipping his
For no reason,
ass.
or was there
Well,
like
I
a lead
listen.
up?
I listen. No lead up. I'm watching the ass end of the night. They're all drunk, but they're jumping this dude. They're
Teeing off on this
dude.
dude.
I mean, bad, right? And these are all in shape dudes. I mean, they're GIs. They're just whipping his ass, right? And this Japanese girl goes over, right? And here's where 2 cultures are completely off, because it's like, like Japan is like, if you slapping some chick in Japan, you're probably gonna get confronted about it, right?
Right.
In America, it's so
You would
normal
imagine.
now that you
I just
like,
picture people doing front flips over walls and shit,
Oh,
and then they
yeah.
all just start fucking squaring
Yeah,
up.
dude, I'm telling you right now, no front flips here, dude. This girl goes over to break up the fight. She's like, I guess it's remind her boyfriend or whatever. She goes to break up. She's going, ah. So she goes over. This black dude goes, bitch,
Oh my god.
Floors her.
Snookies her.
Floors her.
Oh, he knocked her out.
Oh, dude. I mean, I'm talking about like you know, like have you ever
Did
seen?
she get stiff?
Have you ever?
Did he fucking starch her?
He starts her.
Oh shit.
You ever seen?
Oh my god, I'm interested as fuck right now.
You watch like I watch a lot of like kung fu movies still, like the newer ones, like that Stephen Wu.
What?
Well, you ever see like,
yes,
like
I
a
love the
lion will like come behind the guy when he's throwing a
Yes.
punch. That's like a giant
Yes.
lion. I seen Uncle Sam coming with this dude. Bam! Dude, his bowling ball fist comes across her Japanese face, dude. Just out like a light. And what happens to you? They just keep going on her boyfriend.
She took that Apollo Creed red, white, and blue fucking glove fist.
Every time.
Living in America.
Living in America. Oh, I got to say. and James Ryan just going off, dude. And just Ivan Drago's just watching that huge American flag coming up above him.
And you see the shadow of his fist just eclipsing her face in slow motion. He hit her that fucking hard.
It was an exhibition fight, by the way.
Dude,
Apollo should have never been in that fight.
He hit her like an NFL player hits his wife,
Yeah,
bro.
dude, baddie Ray Reister, yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
who are you kidding, man?
Dude,
We all know that's
dude,
what
we
happened.
know, we know.
Ray
Yeah.
Reister.
Dude, he got her good, dude. He really and like honestly, man, it's like you saw like the crowd, like the peanut gallery.
Yeah.
It's just like, you know,
Was it one of those-
who's going in after? You obviously don't have any, quarrels with like just doing the wrong thing.
No.
Who's gonna go in there and do the right thing?
No, nobody.
Goodbye.
Fucking nobody,
It's over.
man. Yeah.
Goodbye. Thank you.
Okay,
You know what I mean?
So she got time traveled.
Yeah.
She woke up like 3 days later.
I mean, what happens from there though? Like you break laws overseas, especially on private time. You face their repercussions, right?
Well, apparently what happens is we give up one of the most notorious and violent criminals
Oh, is that right?
in
Yeah.
all the world, Brittany Griner.
Yeah.
Isn't that what we did? Was it the Merchant of Death?
The Merchant of Death.
So apparently every time one of us fucks up
Trade.
overseas, yeah,
It'll be fine. You know what? The worst
we'll
trade.
just give back one of the world's worst criminals.
The LeVar Ball, his middle kid, I think is Lagello. One of them, the
LeVar
one with no
The guy
talent.
from Reading Rainbow.
LeVar Burton. Yeah, I was like,
Isn't that his name?
Yeah, LeVar Burton was on a
Reading Rainbow.
Yeah, Reading Rainbow, the Jamaican cat, right? Yeah. Well, Lagello.
He was on Reading Rainbow and another famous.
That's
one
what I'm
too.
saying. I think he was in another sitcom or something like. LeVar Burton. No, LeVar Burton was Roots, homie.
No, who am I thinking of then?
I don't know, but LeVar Burton was Roots.
Shit,
It was a
told
great
you the weeds
movie.
got
too.
me already.
Yeah,
but-
exactly.
Anyway, sorry.
Okay,
I turned this into a high
So
conversation. Well, Stu, where's my car? What the fuck do you want from me?
So 2 out of 3 went to the NBA. They're actually solid players, but the middle kid was awful. So he went overseas to play in China. Him and his boys stole Gucci sunglasses, right? Because they stole fucking Gucci sunglasses, which is just ridiculous. Well, he stole Gucci sunglasses, and the Chinese police picked him up, and he's facing down like 7 years in Tibet, like
Oh
some
my
shit
God.
prison and stuff like that.
Isn't that the name of a movie?
For nothing, by the way, just for good fate, Donald Trump got him extradited to come home.
When he was president?
Yes, when he was
I don't
president.
remember this story at all.
And do you know what his father said? Do you know what LeVar Ball said?
No.
Okay. He goes, well, I could say thank you, but I'm not. It's not like he got to ride home on Air Force One.
Are you fucking joking?
Yeah. So he brokers a deal to get your kid out of a fucking Chinese. I mean,
How do you have the audacity? He saved your son's life, and not just his life, not just that he's alive.
Yeah.
He saved him from the worst possible outcome.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Your son.
we could segue this in, but think about that. He saved your family, and you're such a spineless jellyfish bitch that you would go against, just because public opinion. You don't want to hurt that. So you would go
Wow.
against that. Dude,
Wow,
somebody
man.
saves my son. I'm telling you, with tears in my eyes, I'm going to thank him.
Dude, I hate to always use it, man. If fucking Hitler
Yeah.
saved my kid, I don't agree with what you're doing,
Yeah.
but thank you.
But thank you.
Thank you so much for this.
Man to man, thank you. Thank you. This was my family at stake here.
Yeah.
Listen, he was a stupid
Listen.
kid. I'm not, saying he was right. He did some dumb shit.
Yeah.
But you know what? Honestly, the punishment rarely fits the crime over there. So thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for this.
Yeah.
Thank you for Hugo Boss, and thank you for the Volkswagen Beetle.
Exactly.
I just learned that Hitler created the Volkswagen Beetle.
Yes, and
iconic.
Hugo Boss.
Did you know that he did the Volkswagen Beetle?
Yeah.
So my neighbor just bought one. They're restoring
that was
it.
his military.
Was it?
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
and my neighbor told me, he's like, do you know what it means? It means a car of the people or the people's car or something like that. That's what Volkswagen means. And it was Hitler's fucking design or Hitler's car.
Yeah.
It's crazy. You knew
Good
that?
for him. Yeah.
Oh shit.
That it was connected to Nazis. Yeah.
The Volkswagen the Beetle?
Yeah. And
Oh,
the second one.
Or is it the whole brand? I wonder.
Well, Volkswagen in general, like, you know what I mean? Like, that's just where it's at. Like, I'm sure they had the bus for to
Transport.
for that. Exactly.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, sure. You know.
So anyway, that blew my fucking mind.
And Hugo Boss, like you said, right?
Yeah.
Like, wasn't that
He styled
that's who
their
designed
uniforms.
Exactly. Yeah.
And
yeah.
boy, did they look sharp. Who are we kidding, man?
That was
Those
the
boots?
greatest looking. It was the greatest looking
good.
genocide I've ever seen. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's great. What are you gonna say? You know? Sorry,
greatest
they
looking.
look good. They look cool. You know, you can't help it.
You couldn't call them sloppy.
No, it was stylish as shit. And each
Can't call
one
them
of
sloppy.
every one of them, from down to like the privates to all the way up to the generals, they look great.
Oh
They
my
just
God.
did, you know?
Their salutes just nice and tight.
Yeah.
But it was more
A little further out.
A little further.
You know, listen, some guys go for the helmet, some guys go for the
Just saying.
you know?
Where the fuck? I'm sorry. Like that high shit took me way off course.
No,
what
no,
were we talking about?
We were talking about Donald Trump getting that little Jello ball out, and the guy couldn't even say thank you. You know what I mean? But how did that start anyway? Oh, with the Britney Griner and shit. The Japanese cats.
Japanese being the best at everything.
I'm curious. Like, are they gonna face? I should have read up on it more, but this just happened.
Yeah.
I'm curious if they did get picked up, or does or is it kind of like, you fuck up and America deals with it? Does that make sense?
You know what? It does, but I don't know how the process is.
I'm sure there's an embassy, and they'd much rather be there facing crimes. You know what I mean?
But did we get involved or not, and why if we did? I don't know the details of it. If it's not abundantly clear, we don't know much about this story.
Like, I don't know. It's like,
Should we move to something that we do know about?
nah.
We just
Did
double
the
down.
Japanese care? We just
Let's do a
beat a
3-hour
girl
episode
up,
of just this.
beating Japanese women up. I'm just curious. No. Actually, I did want to move to something else. You know how we were talking about how LeVar Ball was, obviously probably pressured by people to don't thank Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Well,
There's no doubt.
Another man scared and living in fear, and because you were bringing this up, I had told him a story earlier that Howard Stern came on, and we talked about this the last episode. Well, Howard Stern went on and doubled down the following day. He goes on a show and he wants to show everybody how forward thinking and progressive he is.
Yeah.
So he starts getting into a story how he starts telling Robin that he's been masturbating to transvestite porn. And listen, man, like, again, I don't care what you do,
Nobody
but
cares.
you can't tell me this when you're 70 after years of being in the spotlight and saying how gross that is and how nasty and unnatural and making fun and making celebrities out of weird transvestites stuff, to go on there and go, yeah, this is kind of hot. Yeah. No, it isn't. Not to you, it isn't.
And
it's a lie.
Beyond even calling him a hypocrite, Billy and I have noticed that what this is to us, it just reeks of just fear.
Yeah.
Like, he seems like he's just doing this and flailing and screaming, basically, please don't hit me.
Yeah.
To the left side. So I'm sure he's done all kinds of vile shit. He's very, very famous. He's been in the upper echelon for a long time. I'm sure they have a lot on him. The guy's in his 70s. He doesn't want to go to jail or be persecuted at this point in time.
Yeah.
But everything he does just reeks of, like, please don't yell at me. Please don't hit me.
Yeah.
Doesn't it?
Well,
that's what we were talking about before the show.
And we were also thinking, like, what kind of fear? Like, okay, he's never going to be broke again in his life.
Yeah, so
but the
what
question
exactly
is
he afraid
what
of?
is he afraid of? It's like, all right, now, all right, you
He's
got
just like,
the
the
money.
election wasn't stolen.
Yeah.
I like trannies too. Like,
Yeah.
he's just like shouting the shit out. Like, he's just proving to them that he's on their side. And it just, it
But
seems
to
like he's
be
being,
out
like,
of that club, it's
threatened or
like,
something.
what does that mean? Like, and I told him,
Why does
we
he feel
disagree
the
on this.
need?
I think it would be amazing to be in this club of like oligarchs that are just kind of rule everything. I don't know. I'd be interested in it. I would want to see what kind of these parties are, and the champagne flowing and all the weird stuff that goes on behind doors, and just
Don't get
knowing
me
that
wrong.
you're in a better class of people.
I would like to see what's happening just out of curiosity.
Yes, that's
But
all I'm there
I think
for.
that what you find when you get there is disgusting and demonic. And I don't think you're going to want it after you get it. Let's put it that way.
There's it's funny. This is kind of a callback. We had this argument.
Yeah, we did.
before, you know what I mean?
I remember this.
But
That was a
again,
great
man,
one.
listen. I mean, curiosity is a strong and powerful thing, because it becomes like almost obsessive. Like, I want to go to these parties.
But
When we
let
do
me-
make it,
let me-
I want to go to these parties.
I don't know if we're
wanna see
having
what
the
it's all
same
about.
exact conversation again or not, but just let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Do you think that you want to go to because you'll enjoy it, or you're just curious to see what the fuck it is?
Curious to see if I'll enjoy it.
I like that.
Is
That's
that
a
good?
great answer.
You know
yeah,
what I
no,
mean?
that's
Like,
that's a beautiful.
Because I mean,
answer.
like you go
a
in
beautiful
there. and
answer,
have
maybe
this-
the most perfect
Maybe
answer.
the perfect answer, because that's right down the middle. 'Cause
That makes
listen,
sense to me.
Listen, man. Again, like we were talking about, I remember what we were arguing is like, listen, if they are doing this weird stuff. And my argument was, well, it's like, all right, well, we don't really know what's going on in there until you've been there, because it is a very exclusive club. What if it is just the funnest shit, dude? Like it's just crazy, just drinking champagne on some private jet, flying through, then you land and
Eating
and it's
ice cream sandwiches and getting your dick sucked.
Yeah, Bill Gates walks in, he's like, "Hey, I got a spaceship," and you guys are flying around, and it's just doing so. That's amazing.
I got a spaceship.
Be kind of cool. I think it'd be amazing, but it's like, all right,
But what about the poor? Fuck the poor.
Fuck
He's
the
like, get
poor,
in.
yeah.
Get in.
Hey, you guys want to shoot them? He has like a shooting range, and like the thing comes out, and there's like people just like hanging from the ceiling, and you're like just fucking blowing
Like
them
clay
apart.
pigeons?
Yeah,
But they shoot
Pull!
people
it's a man
out of a cannon.
Yeah, it's like
Pull!
a 15-year-old boy.
Oh my
Flying to the thing, you just like fucking gun. Because like, I'm sorry, did you see something? I see a target, I'm going
And
for
then,
it.
and then as soon as he blows that kid to pieces, he goes, Howard, what can I do for you? Howard says, like, I love trannies.
Phil, you son of a bitch, get over here.
I love trannies. He's got his wig on.
Oh yeah, yeah, dude. You know what I mean?
Howard, come in.
So
Pull! As soon as Howard leaves, he does it again.
every time you're in the next room and you know what just took place and you just keep hearing pull, and every time you're just like.
The Secret Service guy.
Dude, you're just wincing knowing that there are human lives being taken every time. You're like,
And those
fuck.
Secret Service guys are getting rotated out at a constant basis.
No,
So I bet
absolutely
you
not.
they could like see him cracking, right? And he's just like, Mr. Clinton, he's like, I think that we need to take care of Craig.
Yeah.
Craig's, he's sweating a lot lately.
And
I think he's breaking.
And as for evil, because again, it's like, I'm not delirious either. I understand there's definitely evil in the world, and there's definitely, especially at that level, there's got to be some real evil with some real power to do evil shit. The Clintons are no doubt evil. So it's like
doubt.
it's like you go to a party at their house,
They're like
and
surface level
you see
evil,
some
bro.
shit, like a weird.
They
weird.
like emanate just evil. Everywhere they go,
Yeah.
just death
Death
follows. Yeah.
all around
Behold,
them.
a pale horse.
Yeah,
I swear
Just
to
hell
God.
follow with him.
It's crazy.
It's not what he said, you ignorant wretch. Your Spanish is worse than your English.
Yeah, like-
And the little Spanish guy's like, Johnny Ringo.
Yes.
Like, dude, I was like, the camera panned over. Like, the camera thought he was going to do something more special. The camera pans over to the little Spanish guy.
Johnny
He's like-
Ringo.
He's like, fuck you.
The Clintons come to visit your town, start polishing up your life insurance policy.
Put you on your bulletproof vest. If you're gonna
God.
like protest against them, put on your bulletproof
And
vest.
make sure they cover suicide.
Yeah.
Because that's what they're going to label it.
So many.
It's crazy.
It's weird.
It's
too many.
it's pretty wacky.
Too
how so
many
many
to be
of
a
them.
coincidence.
It's not a
dude.
fucking coincidence,
Yeah.
man. They're killing these
70
motherfuckers left and right.
70 plus people in like unexplained accidents.
Shot in the
No.
back of the head twice,
Yeah, no.
suicide.
Yeah,
You're like,
just doesn't happen like that.
so what else? What else do we have on the docket? I'm sorry, that was abrupt.
All right,
That was a
actually, so
shitty
this is
segue.
our I'll go, man. This
Can I
is
just mention something real
yeah,
quick?
please,
So I was
please,
like,
dude. Yeah, we got time.
I'm hitting a very, very weak spell right now. So I was telling you how I'm fasting.
Yeah.
So I'm doing at least a 48 hour. I'm going to try to do 56-hour fast, but I
Yeah.
haven't eaten since 12 o'clock yesterday. So in and out, I just keep hitting weak spells. And then I'm smoking weed, which is making me hungry, but it's also like keeping me distracted from it.
But you're gonna hang in there.
But you know, I'm
Does
fine
the
right now.
weed,
But
I mean,
I
does
just
the
got like
weed make
clammy
it
because I
a
just hit a
bigger?
weak spell.
Does the weed make it a bigger challenge?
It makes it a bigger challenge on the eating side because now my appetite is
Absolutely.
invigorated, right?
Well,
But
yeah. But I'm saying, would you get weak to it, or are you determined like? This
no,
is
I'm doing
happening?
this.
Okay,
This is
okay.
gonna-
yeah.
unless I get like ill, where I think that it's like a danger to my
It's
health.
like now it's like okay.
Yeah, well, so what happens is when you fast, so you go through these weak spells, and then you enter what's called autophagy. Sorry, I'm not talking in the
No,
mic
all good.
properly. But at any rate, so the weak spells are part of it, but you only have to endure them usually for like 20, 30 minutes, and then you feel strong and like clear-headed again. But so at the end of my last fast, I did almost 72 hours, but the last weak spell that I got so weak where I could tell that it wasn't like healthy. It wasn't my body cleaning itself out and like, you know, you go through those spells, which is a good thing. It was like, I'm eating away at myself at a point to where like my vitality is losing. So I had to eat at that point in time.
Yeah.
Does that make
yeah.
sense?
Yeah.
Like you could feel the difference between the weak spell of like because autophagy is self-consumption, so your body just like basically eats itself instead of using new food that you would eat to produce protein, which is like really good for inflammation, blah, blah, blah. I have an autoimmune condition.
Yeah.
So I do this every once in a while. But so it'll feel good. You'll get weak and you feel hungry, but then it feels good again and you feel strong and you have a lot of energy. When it no longer feels that way, when you hit the weak spell, when you feel drained and you're like shaky and you start kind of like going in and out is kind of how I call it.
Yeah.
That's when you know that one's not a good wave. Like, don't eat. At that point in time, you need to eat.
You know what's weird is that chemically, I'm curious why it's always like when I used to smoke meth, like I'm talking
wonder too.
Weeks at a time, and I wouldn't get weak spells. Like I'd be smoking dope, and I'd
what does it
ready
do?
to roll again. And dude, honestly, like when you finally had enough stomach acid splashing against the walls of your stomach to melt anything down that it can, and you take this little peanut-sized turd and you dab your asshole with like the smallest piece of tissue, and it's fine because there's nothing on there anyway, and you're like up and ready to go again. I'm curious as to why you can get the weak spells, but it's like these people dude, I'm telling you, like motherfuckers would stay up for 30 days
and not
dude.
feel this way.
Yes,
that's a good
like
point.
Riding bikes, dude, around town, sweating their asses off, and it's like, dude, it's like you walk into a dope house, right? Like you drink, you know what I mean? Of course you drink, but it's like you walk in and you rode 6 miles on your bike to go on a mission to get a bag of dope, and you like walk in your house and you like pass your water bottle, go for your pipe, smoke, and then go for your water. It's like that determination that keeps you going.
Still.
Yeah. How, dude? How? Why does that work? It's so weird.
You know what? I've never thought about this before, and I'm gonna give this some real thought. I'm curious. That's a really great point.
And I can tell you this, dude. It also doesn't eat muscles, dude. Because I used to smoke with these two black dudes. They were like, I was like fucking 15. They were in their 30s. It was Shorty, Mac, and D, and both of them were shot callers.
Wait. Is that 3 people, or was it Shorty, Mac,
Shorty,
and
Mac,
D?
and D.
Shorty, Mac, and D?
Yes.
Okay, 3 people.
No, 2
you get
people.
what I'm saying?
Shorty, Mac,
Shorty, Mac, and D.
And D. Yes.
Okay.
No, not Shorty, Mac, and D. Shorty Mac. He was a
Shorty,
very,
Mac, and D.
Yeah, he was this black dude. He was like this tall and like this wide.
Okay.
And he was as
That's
huge,
a great name.
huge muscular arms.
Yeah.
And he sold dope to everybody. And I remember one time they had like this big giant novelty pipe. Like I told you, just like the weed store, like there was always something bad happening, right? So on my 15th birthday, my mom gave us a dub, and I'm like, cool, let's go get some dope. And we're like excited, right? So we go to the spot. It's me, Trey, and Anthony, and we go in there, and somebody had dropped this huge novelty pipe on a glass table, and the bowl in there that they had going was giant because they was like real smokers, right? So I'm in there to get a bag from Sue, and Shorty Mac walks in, and he was terrifying. I literally shook to my core when this guy walked. I never felt right with this dude being around. It just was weird. Like every time he'd come in,
I tried that predator vibe.
Yeah,
off him.
very
He'd
much,
done some
very
shit.
much.
This
Yeah.
guy was
Oh
dangerous.
yeah. Like he was a known rapist and stuff like that.
Oh
like,
yeah.
you know,
So why would you?
The
feel?
company came.
I hope you're not like I felt right at home whenever he was around.
Well, he came in and he goes, "What y'all want?" And I look at Sue, and she looks at me, and she like gives me one of these, and I'm like, I need 20 because I'm like just trying to get the fuck out of there. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he takes this razor blade and he scrapes the table like this, and he scrapes the melted residue from the pipe that broke. So there's glass in it and everything, and he scrapes it up off the table. He goes, "I'll get you that there for $20." And I'm like,
oh my
dude,
God.
and I look to her again because I want to say no because I want real dope, right? And
But you're terrified.
Yeah, and he pulls out this other bag of his like personal size. He's like, "That's the baby killer right there." And we're young, so that meant we can't have it.
Right.
So I'm sitting there, and I knew right then and there she's looking at me like take it, like that's the best deal you're gonna get, or you're gonna just get robbed. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I'm like, fuck. So I like give him the money. He like loads it up in some shitty little bag that he's been using for like days. We go to my house. It just there's like little shards of glass and it just melts down immediately.
Right.
And we went back there like an hour later, and she took mercy on us. She gave us a free dub.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
She had a heart.
She
you know what I
took
mean?
mercy
but
on us.
But I'll never forget that. Like just that look. Like he wasn't asking. He scraped it off the table. Was like,
he
"I'll
was
give
like
you that."
dominating
Yeah,
you guys.
it wasn't like, "Will you take that for 20?" It was, "I'll give you that for 20." And it was like, yes, sir.
It's
you
either
know?
that or I could fuck you.
Yeah.
You're like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Like he just starts,
Well,
he
it's like,
threatens to rape you just immediately.
If you thought his presence was just fake, like I remember this one dude, Dirty, and it's like when the black guys started fighting, all the white guys that were just in the house like smoking would like look over, you know? Well, this black guy goes, this black dude, Dirty's like, he's like, I heard you been talking shit too, shorty. And he goes, look here, man. He stands up and he's like got these little short arms and he just parts the guy.
Are you serious? Did he knock him out?
Yeah, well, he fucked him up.
Yeah.
He like got out and he went in his car and he left and shit like that. He didn't knock him out,
hurt him.
but he punched him hard enough to know that I didn't want to take that to the face. You know what I mean? Like I just knew that wasn't good enough for me. But again, man, all the bicycles outside, these people will be riding like it's Tour de France on dope. It was so weird, but they never got tired, dude. I mean, eventually.
Well,
you know,
you can't do it forever.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, but it was just weird, like the first 2 days, dude, nothing. Like that's 48 hours. Right. If you work and you go to, you have a normal life and you're doing that, 48 hours up, you're like dying at that point.
I would die.
48 hours is just kicking things off.
Are you serious?
It's like kicking off your bender.
Straight, not even cat naps or nothing?
No.
For real?
Yeah, especially, dude, if you were keeping up and you were smoking, dude, meth was...
why in God's name would you want to go through
I don't know. It's not natural to be up
that sounds,
every hour.
I'm terrified of it. That sounds like a fucking living nightmare.
Well,
like
it is because you
a
start...
hellscape.
Yeah, it starts torturing yourself because it's like, dude, it's like those hours of sleep is not just like for, just for your rest, for your physical rest. It's like turning your brain off and like letting, it's like, okay, taking a break from the world and dreaming, having that thing and feeling that refreshed.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, the sun come up, your eyes be burning, shit like that. And you were just like, okay, ready for another day.
What the fuck would you just go to work?
No.
Like, what would you do?
It's a lifestyle.
But what are you doing? How are you enjoying the time away?
Honestly, dude, it was a lot of fun.
This shit blows my mind, guys.
Being real, man, it was like hanging out in these dope houses and seeing all this weird shit. I know it doesn't sound... Look,
no, I'm not judging it. I'm just like, to me, it sounds like a nightmare.
Of course. I can
After
tell you
hours
this, man.
32, I'd be like, what the fuck else do we do today? This day is over.
The mission never ended. It was to get more dope and get more dope.
To stay up, though.
Yeah.
Just go to bed.
No, dude, but it's like you were meeting weird people. Fucking weird people and seeing crazy shit, and this would happen, and you were in the life, and there was drama here, and you go to the next one, and dude, honestly, it was a fast lifestyle, but I'm telling you, dude, I swear to God, there was something to it. You knew that it wasn't.
This is interesting enough,
dude. Once you're in like a year of it. And you're watching your friends. Yeah, you're watching your friends progress, and the people have jobs now, and they're doing things and stuff like that. You're just like, oh my God, I'm a fucking loser. Like, what am I doing? But when it's first kicking off and life is a 24/7 party, I mean, at least you think it is. Like, dude, like you're wind up in these houses that are just filthy, just shit everywhere, clothes everywhere. There's no furniture, it's all weird and stuff like that. And for some reason, it all just makes sense while it's going on.
Why does it make sense?
I don't know. Because you're high, man. Because you're high. Because your brain is like flying, dude, and you're not eating. So it's like
Do you hallucinate?
Yeah.
Even on the meth, like after like days of being awake.
Yeah, but it's literally just because your mind's playing. Like, dude, honestly, and people get more and more. I was always very logical. Even as a young kid, I was very logical on dope. Like, I never it wasn't until a little later when I started like coming up with like different scenarios. Like the worst I ever got, I thought my downstairs neighbors were trying to kill me, and that's a pretty big deal.
That's bad.
But believe me, there was like way worse.
What if you attack them first?
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying, dude. Like when we'd see each other outside, dude, I'd be staring at them, and in my mind, they're looking at me like, yeah, and I'm like, yeah, they know, and they're probably like, what the fuck is with
right
that
beside
kid?
you? There's like quick flashes of Tyler Durden.
Yeah. Oh, dude. Honestly, you know what I mean. But they're probably like, "What the fuck is wrong with that guy?" He's like staring over here. Honestly,
but from their point of view, you're just over there. You're just like,
yeah. Dude, you want to hear something funny?
Staring him down, dude.
You want to hear something funny? So I told you about my buddy. All right, so my two buddies that wind up making jail and prison, like their lifestyle, like there was, of course, again, there's levels. My buddy Anthony was in county, and he said like he finally slept in city, and he got it, he got his shit together. He was like sleeping. Well, somebody wind up sneaking dope into county, and he said he smoked it. And he said he instantly got paranoid again, and he said he was outside, and he was real skinny at this point, obviously, and he said he was like pulling up his like pants. handsome. He's a very tall guy, so he's like kind of like what is that called?
Lanky?
Not lanky, but like like weird, like odd, like he was
awkward.
Awkward. He was
Yeah.
very awkward. Like even where his hands move, he's awkward because he's like so tall and stuff. Like, you're always worried about bumping into something. So he said he was looking at these guys and he thought they were trying to mad dog him. Right now, like keep in mind, I'm looking at my neighbors. These are just two normal people.
Right.
So they're not saying anything. Right. He said he was looking at these three dudes and he thought like like there was like maybe like a green light out on his head. And he said they looked at him and they were like, and they all just started laughing at him. And he's like, I'm not doing this in here anymore.
Are you serious?
Yeah, like these are three guys that like, bitch, you better come over here with that. You know what I mean?
They just point.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They showed no mercy on this kid. They just started laughing at him, like look how fucked up he is.
Awkward clown.
Exactly. They were like, they probably knew instantly he was like high as a kite, and they just made fun of him. It was the funniest.
Did it change his
thing.
life?
Yeah, dude, honestly,
that's hilarious.
He was a really, really good guy. He moved to Tennessee. I miss him a lot. He had
What's his full name?
Anthony Olmstead.
I was kidding.
Oh, okay. Oh, Doxman? Yeah, he doesn't give a shit. He's so old school.
Gold.
But yeah, it's just the stories that he had when he came back, we just sit around and listen to. Like,
right.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
That's gold.
Yeah, he was such a young guy going into prison.
How long did you do it for, that lifestyle? Like,
I did that from about, I'd say, a good 3 years. I did that from about 14 to 17.
I feel like that's the right amount of time to get the fullness out of it.
Honestly,
and not let it ruin your
I
whole
wouldn't
life.
have had it any other way, because I knew by the time that I went
Not that I recommend this,
yeah.
but that's the way to do
but
it.
you're absolutely right, because some people do it right out of college or something
Yes.
like that, or throw their whole life. Dude, if you do this,
did it kind of perfectly.
if you do this in your 20s, or especially even worse, if you start later in life when you got like a family or something like that,
you're
and you
fucked.
want to experiment, then I knew dirty ass street drugs before I went into real adulthood,
Right.
And that's why I knew.
Yeah,
it's
you
like,
came out of it into it.
like I knew it's like there was no possible way that in my 20s I could be like, well, I could smoke dope and like still kind of maintain a normal life. No,
Right.
it doesn't
You're like,
happen.
it's this or nothing.
It's this or nothing.
Yeah.
It's over. You start that, you're instantly screwed. You're off the rocker. You become a criminal like overnight. You're doing bad shit just to stay alive. It's like weird. You know what I mean?
Overnight.
Yeah. It's because, dude, honestly, man, it's like you're thinking.
You're like,
You're rational thinking. Yeah.
let's go rob a bank.
Well,
Let's do that right now.
You know how
The
you did
first
this
puff.
like that. I'm trying. So the puffs was out of a glass dick, so you would twist them. But they used to have these things
Did you
called.
say a glass dick?
Well, that's what because it's shaped like a cock and balls. The pipe. They call them oil burners at the smoke shops, but they know what they're exactly for. But I'm telling you right now, there was one. What you would do is, because there was always, dude, I'm telling you right now, like the engineering of, there's nothing like engineering of like dope heads and stuff like that. They make insane things work. Like it's incredible. It's actually pretty like resourceful, and the things that they do.
I think all drug addicts are
yeah.
resourceful in that way.
Well, there was a lot of like guys that would work with glass, so they would snap the balls off the glass cock, right, and they would file it down, so it would be like this perfect pipe. And what they do is they would take a torch,
Yeah.
like one of your butane torch outside, and they would burn the end. They would put like on a pencil thing, you know, the rubber parts. So,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it does the thing. So they'd hook one of those up to the end, and they would torch the bottom for like a very long time, and you would set up a big line of dope. And what you would do is you go ready, and you time it perfect, right? So you would go down and you would snort, right? Well, as it's so hot that as you're snorting up the dope, it would be melting into it. So it's going in a solid and it's coming out like a gas,
vapor?
a vapor, right?
Wait.
It's just coming out smoke.
So you're snorting hot dope.
But
it doesn't burn
but
you.
It doesn't reach your nose, right? So it's not.
I was gonna say, I was
yeah.
like, Jesus
by that point,
Christ.
it's completely melted and it's smoke. So
so
you
you're
come
just
up like
inhaling
this.
like a potent vapor.
Yes. So you come up like this, and you go, and you let out this.
Nimbus cloud?
Oh, dude, I'm talking about like at one time I even saw lightning in it. I'm not even shitting you. It was so fucking thick. I saw a little lightning bolt come out. I go, oh my god, dude! And you would let out this huge cloud.
The lightning
dude.
lights the next line of dope.
Yeah, dude. Honestly, man,
You just chain that shit.
you had hairs on the back of your ass that you didn't even know existed, standing full hut. Like you're just like, oh my god, like and all of a sudden you're like.
And that's fun?
Oh, it's a blast. And then sitting there.
How do you feel though? Like a superhero?
Wonderful.
Like explain to me, is it like euphoria?
Like-
or you feel like you're flying and
like
shit? Like
like first of all,
Do you feel like if you take one step, you can go like 1,000 miles?
yeah,
in like one step?
you had like tired is not a thing anymore.
Okay.
Like you're now walking like how about this, right, man?
He's like, all right, guys, I gotta work. You're like,
yeah,
just fucking
Well,
fly
yeah.
off the balcony.
Like a lot of like guys like movers and coal miners and shit. They all smoke dope because that's the only way you're gonna do that job and be
That makes
okay with
sense.
it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like imagine this. Imagine dude. Honestly, like the other day you came into work and you're like, dude, I'm just fucking tired.
Yeah.
Well, no matter how you were feeling moments before that all goes away. So now you have
Guaranteed.
instant energy,
It's
like you're
fucking
fucking
eradicated. 15
again, and especially if you are 15 and you're doing this stuff, because now you're like Superman, right? So there's no
if you are
time.
15.
What you're flying too fast to feel any pain or anything like so. Anything like that's gone. You know what I mean?
So you're outrunning.
Yeah.
Nothing can catch up with you.
Yeah, nothing can catch up with you, right? So you have full energy and you want to take on the world, right? So you got this
So
confidence.
you're motivated.
You're
too.
motivated.
You're full of piss and vinegar.
You don't have any fat on you because all that's going away. So you're in shape so you can move.
So you're just an engine. Just,
Yes, dude, you're
just walking
dude, you're
around like a fucking
fucking
psychopath.
beast. You're a fucking
But
beast.
But this is where I get a little bit like weirded out. I'm not like I don't understand because you're explaining like the perfect person basically, but none of them get anything done.
Exactly.
So
Like-
what the fuck do you do with all that motivation and ability?
Nothing.
You just stare out the fucking window?
You fucking ruin your life.
But
You
I
go
mean,
out
like-
and have a great time
So you
ruining
don't-
your life.
So you don't get like
It's not-
motivated and
it's
endless
not-
energy and like let's
Dude,
build something.
Yeah, yes,
You
of
never-
course you do.
What do you
Of course.
build?
You're like, oh, there's a perfectly good stereo. Let's take it apart. And what I want to do is I want to put this together. But then it just becomes a broken stereo. Dude, homeboy, it's
you never
not
finish
it's
anything.
not the destination. It's the journey. You've now
finish.
spent 10 hours taking apart a radio with the utmost motivation. And when it's time to smoke again, right? You're going to go over and you're going to smoke and you're going to look at that junk pile and you're going to go, what else can we do?
Why are you motivated to do stuff, but you're not motivated to finish? I have so many fucking questions about.
I mean,
this
I
realm.
don't like, man, you know,
I've tried it a couple
Yeah.
times. I've done. I did meth a couple of times.
Yeah.
Hate to fucking admit it, but it
Yeah.
is what it is.
Yeah,
All right?
sure.
Your boy used to party.
Yeah.
And this is why I'm like blown away by this is because when I tried it, I did it 3 times total. And all 3 times, I fucking hated it.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I never understood why people did it. Like, I don't understand why people. It was one that didn't agree with me. I was like, I'll never have a problem with this. It's not fucking fun. I don't enjoy it. I don't understand it. I enjoy the occasional Adderall too, but
Yeah.
I fucking hated that shit.
have you always been like a real weed smoker?
No.
No,
never.
because I always noticed like
I
the
started
weed
smoking
smokers
weed in my 20s.
never enjoyed
Nope.
that type of drug.
Let me put it like this: I've always been like you. I'm a hyper.
Yeah.
I was always a hyper. Kid. I have
Coke and stuff
fucking
like that, yeah.
endless, bottomless energy.
Yeah.
So everything I like to do are depressants. I like
Yeah.
to slow everything down and get a break. Normally, I mean, if if I was out drinking or whatever, I'd do coke at like a hotel party or some shit like that and
Oh,
drink.
so you do like downers? That's your
But
vibe. Huh?
Primarily, I like to slow down because I especially back then. Nowadays, it's different because I'm in my 30s, my late 30s, so my energy's not. I still have a lot of energy, but nothing like when I was in my 20s and
Yeah.
teenage years.
Yeah.
It was unmanageable. So weed to me was just like a break from that. So like to go up, like when I did the meth or whatever, to go up. It was like fucking torture.
off the rails.
It was taking
Yeah.
everything that I want to slow down and amplifying it by 1,000, and it never ending. I just remember, like, even when I wasn't high anymore, because it does feel good when it onsets. I remember it onsetting. I felt like tingly, and I was like, "That's cool, whatever." But I also immediately felt that it was chemical poison. It was disgusting to me.
Yeah.
It wasn't clean like weed is or whatever.
Yeah.
It was like, oh, this is definitely poison. So that happened. But anyway, so then after the onset, you feel good, like that euphoria, and then a couple of hours later, I didn't feel any of that anymore. And you're not high, you're just now awake. And you're awake for hours and hours
Yeah.
and a day. And you just want to, I was in a haze. I felt weird. Without re-upping, you're in this fucking weird ghost haze.
Did you try to eat and
it
all
was
that?
shit. I did a day and a half later.
Oh, yeah.
You have no fucking appetite.
No appetite.
Which that
No.
didn't bother me that I didn't have an appetite. I just wanted it to fucking end.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't. So I always wondered from that point on, like, what do you guys do with all that time?
And you know what? That's another thing because it lasts forever. So it's really not that expensive. Like heroin.
It does last forever.
Yeah, heroin, you're going to need some the next morning, especially if you're full on junkie, you're going to need some the next morning or you're fucked. And there's nothing worse because it's like now you're sick and you have to go get some, and that's where the desperation kicks in, and that's why anybody with the opiate crisis, that's why those are the most dangerous. Like meth people, you could probably get your hands on some meth. I mean, even if you got to wait for it, you're not going to fucking die.
No, it's easy. It's
but
everywhere.
yeah, but when that desperation sets in, and you got a sick person on your hand, I remember I don't mean to call him out like this, but I remember Trey called me up and he shows it to my house and he was asking for money, and I was doing okay at this point. And he's going, and he's crying. And I'm like, first of all, dude, pick yourself up. Like, you need to stop. And I didn't try opiates till a while later. And
right.
and then I knew.
Dude, opiates? And then I knew.
Yeah. Not nearly as much as him. I wasn't a heroin addict. I just did a lot of pills. But that heroin is like so much stronger. And he's just crying. He's just fucking whining in my fucking face. I'm like, dude, take the money, get out of here. What are you doing? God, that was awful, man.
What are you doing?
Dude, and you know what? Honestly, like the vernacular for it is just so fucking unsettling. It's like, what? I just need to get right. I just need to get
that's
right.
Gross.
Get right. You mean get right? You like that's all. That's it, right? Just to get right. Ugh,
that's gross.
It's gonna be sick, dude. Yeah. Not that I'm like sticking. I just told you all the horrible shit I did. I'm not sticking my nose up.
No,
there.
it's just
I'm just saying.
Terminology
it's just a horrible drug to get into. It's yeah.
Dude, so
the
first time I ever took pills like oxycodone and all that shit, or painkillers, serious painkillers, I took one. The second it kicked in, I was like, I absolutely understand why everyone's addicted to these. Yes. That was the most relatable fucking thing. Because number one, it's a pill.
Yep.
So there's no time spent. You just take it. No one notices it. It has no smell. You could do it anywhere.
Yeah.
And when it kicks in, your whole body feels warm. There's not a shred of pain in your body. And you just you can get hit by a car and just get up and just be like, and that shit won't even affect your day. Yeah, man. Yeah. You still have energy and you feel fantastic. And you just, like I said, you just feel warm. But anyway, like just the ease of access, how good you feel, and how simple it is to keep doing it. I understood the addiction instantaneously.
Loratab, because
mine was Loratab, the blues.
Yeah, the footballs.
Dude, the blues do you remember the blues? In our generation, we had Loratab blues. That's like our Quaaludes and shit.
Yeah, really though. My mom
man.
used to like Quaaludes and stuff. She had the Black Beauties, and she used to love those.
I would have hella tried Quaaludes. I would have done so many fucking Quaaludes. Yeah. I'm not bullshitting.
You know, it's funny.
Pills I like, man.
With the blue Lord types, and I like to fly. Remember I told you that one time, I like to fly. So that's why, I jam down fucking 5 Adderalls. Yeah. Because what I want my high to be, I want to be, whatever it is, I don't want to
do it all the way.
I want to go all the way, right? Yeah. Like if I'm going to do it, I'm going to go all the way, right? Well, with the blue Lord tabs, I would take 7 at a time. Like whatever I could fit in my mouth.
That's insanity. I'd take 1.
Yeah. Like I would literally have to sit there for 10 straight minutes, kind of building up the courage to do it. And I would stuff them in my mouth and I would drink and I'd go down there and my favorite part is when they would finally melt and I would start breathing in and I would taste the strong odor and taste of aspirin and I used to love it because I'd breathe the aspirin in and I would be breathing in and out out of my nose and out of my mouth and I'd have this huge taste of aspirin and I'm like, go time, baby. You know what I mean?
I'm surprised they didn't kick in and then you didn't just pour blood from your eyes, ears, and asshole.
Well, I don't think I can. Yeah, honestly,
how the fuck were you taking handfuls of Loratab blues?
This is
they were so powerful they stopped making them.
Well, you know what? That's why
animal,
the green.
Bro.
That's why the green. That's why the green Oxycontin. Yeah. I only did those.
What are the green ones?
The green ones were the 80s, the beans. I only did those a handful of times in my life. I just thought paying $40 for a pill was insane.
Can I ask you this though? Yeah. So for me, I don't even when I'm off of everything now. I just went clean recently, so that's kind of why I'm doing all these cleanses and stuff also. But even in my heyday, which wasn't that long ago, I would never do them all the time. I would only do them sporadically and sometimes. So I never wanted to develop a habit, and I didn't want them to not be fun anymore.
Yeah.
Because you develop a tolerance to everything. Of
course.
So I would just kind of weave in and out with when I would do them and shit.
Yeah.
Did you ever do that?
No. No.
Yeah.
Dude, I would start and then I would go to rehab to stop. And that became
so you just went
the
balls to the
lifestyle
wall
for a long time.
until you hit the wall, basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the worst thing that could have happened is somebody's like, well, we have a new experimental drug and it's called Suboxone. We have Suboxone and buprenorphine or whatever the fuck, the chemical ingredient is. And it just made it, dude, honestly, I am a different person right now. I'm on Suboxone. I don't care about it. I don't give a shit. I'm on Suboxone, and it just made it to where it's this never-ending crutch. And then what I didn't know is like I went to rehab and I'm like, listen, I want to get off of everything.
Yeah.
And I go into Dr. Vilt's office and they give you your medical chart and they figure everything out and stuff like that. And he's like, go ahead, take this. And he slides me over a half of Suboxone. And I'm like, that's what I'm here for. And so I'm like, oh, so I get it. So they don't want people pissing and shitting and vomiting and stuff in their rooms anymore. So what they do is they give them this crutch for 7 to 30 days. You know what I mean? To keep them right. And then they get out. And then 2 days later after they get out and they don't have the subs anymore, they might not be doing heroin, which is good. Congratulations. But they're about to get sick again. And what's that going to drive them to do? They're going to go right back to what they were doing before.
Yeah, but there's no other answer. No one knows how to not get
Cold
sick.
turkey.
But you get sick. My answer is take it on the fucking chin and just get sick and get over it and just suffer for a while.
Yeah.
So what I would do, and we've talked about this before, this is my strategy for getting off of hard drugs. I have it all planned out. So I would fucking, obviously I'd quit cold turkey 100%.
Yeah.
Drink a shit ton of water. I'd try to get myself as hydrated as possible. And I would just take sleeping pills for like 3 days.
Not sleeping pills because I get anxiety, but I was thinking about doing it with Xanax. Whatever
the fuck equivalent of that is.
I would never get hooked on Xanax because I'm not a big downer guy. But it's the feeling like a piece of shit, the mental side of it. Yeah. That's a really strong part of why the suffering is so awful. The physical,
but 100%, you should feel that way. That's what's going to help you get off it.
Exactly.
If you didn't feel that way, you'd just be stuck doing that shit for the rest of your life.
Well, you know what's funny is right now, if I could snap my fingers right now and get off, I literally have no desire to get back on. And
really?
I'm not
so you're just done. Like if you could be done, you'd be done.
I never want to take another painkiller or opiate in my life ever. Like right now.
Join me.
Right now.
Join me on Sobriety Express.
I gotta work. I gotta work.
Fucking who cares, man? Who gives a fuck? Roll the dice. Let's just get it done. Just make that your number one priority above all else, and everything else will fall into place. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. After that, you'll be stronger than you've ever fucking been.
Dude, it's like a fucking month.
So what? It's 1 month. It'll be behind you before you know it. Gives a fuck. Take the fucking anxiety
30
pills.
days. 4 weeks.
Grab your balls, bro.
Just keep going.
Don't break it down to minutes and seconds.
Dude, every grueling one of them, you fucking count.
Just forget all that and just go, I'm just going to do this.
You know, it's funny. The worst I ever had, it was the precipitated withdrawal.
What's precipitated?
Well, so the reason why
We've been on drugs for a while, but this is interesting, so I don't give a fuck. I want to hear about this anyways.
The reason why you can't take heroin or painkillers or methadone with Suboxone, because this is smart. They made it an opiate blocker. So it's opiate, but it's also an opiate blocker, right? So if you take it while you're doing anything, there's an adverse effect, right? You instantly go into the hardest version of detoxing that your body can go
projectile vomiting.
Yeah, that's literally it. Dude, I want to say 25, and
shit.
Yeah,
one of my ex's moms used to take that shit. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
She does it for liquor, though.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, because they do it. You know they have medical beers? Do you know there's a Budweiser beer in hospitals that are like $400? So if you go in there and you're withdrawing from alcohol poisoning because you're sitting there, because you're probably going to fucking die if you don't get it. I know it sounds funny, but if you don't drink a beer pretty soon, you're going to fucking die. You know what I mean?
We say that every night at the end of our shift.
Yeah. So the nurse comes over and goes... and opens you up one Budweiser beer, and you just, and you slam it down, and then they bill your HMO for
coming at the same time.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Uh-huh.
Wait, your insurance pays for it?
Your insurance pays for a beer, and it's like $400. Why?
That's hilarious. Why is it $400?
Why is it $400? Why?
Because it's an insurance scam. Don't even get me fucking started. I don't want to.
That's what I'm saying.
Ruin a perfectly good white T-shirt day on shenanigans.
You know what? We could get.
It's a happy shirt, happy topics.
Exactly. I'll tell you what. I got one for you.
What do you got? Oh, hey, can I just suggest one thing before we get off this topic?
Yeah.
My solution, ladies and gentlemen, for Billy here, and he knows exactly what's coming. My solution is to solve your drug problem with more drugs, and what I mean by that is. You should do mushrooms with me, because mushrooms will expand your consciousness, and then you'll have a new way of looking at things in perspective and awareness, and that will cure you of the addictions that you have via a new understanding. You won't have to use willpower.
Yeah.
That's my solution.
Can I tell you something?
More drugs.
Absolutely.
Better drugs.
Well, how about this? And even you have to answer something with, it's an eye for an eye type of thing. Like I'm going to take Xanax to get off a Suboxone.
But this one is like,
exactly.
This is like a healthier, it'll change your whole life.
No, absolutely. Like, I don't know why I don't know why.
I have them right now, bro.
We
can do them. I'll pull them out right now.
Tonight.
on this show.
Yeah, no, I know. I believe me. I get you, and I know how bad you want me to do it. And how can I say
Guys,
this?
will
I
you
will
put in the
do this
comments
one
to
day with you.
encourage Billy to do mushrooms?
Okay.
Put it in the comments.
Believe
Jack,
me.
tell Billy, Jack.
Jack, Billy, you fucking piece of shit.
That's why he doesn't know how good Bo's afraid is. He's never done mushrooms.
And I go on there and I do them. I come back here and I want them now. Jack
made the movie even worse.
Yeah, Jack pushes me over the edge. Yes. I believe me. But in our journey together, I will do mushrooms with you one day. It's a promise. It's a promise.
The better.
I know.
Billy, I'm having another weak spell, bro.
Are you?
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. I'll jump into our next one, okay? Because I wanted to tell you about this. So I was telling Nick earlier about the whole Big Keef D thing. They arrested a man in connection with Tupac's murder. Apparently, he was the one who supplied the gun. And you're questioning right now, well, how do they know this? Was it just brilliant, like police work? Did some, Sherlock Holmes detective break times down and understand and check videos and see CCTV and know that this person was here? No. This guy wrote a fucking memoir and told in the memoir that he was the guy who supplied the gun, and then went on an interview. And when they asked him about the gun that was supplied for Tupac's murder, he said, yeah, that was me. I'm Big Keef D, and I supplied Orlando with the gun.
And I approve this message.
And I approve this message. And I'm not bullshitting or lying because I'm the one who did it. And you know what? The detective saw this on TV and went, there's my confession.
What an asshole. He's
there
like,
you go.
He has
Dude.
TiVo still.
Dude, why is
What
everybody...
does that sound that he used to make? Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Why is everybody incriminating themselves? Could you imagine being in the mafia? Could you imagine you were with John Gotti, dude, and you got a camera phone on him and you're breaking into a vault and John Gotti's sitting there and you go, John, do it for the
You're doing
gram.
it from this angle,
Dude,
though.
The last thing
he's
you'd see
behind
is
you.
John pulling around with a fucking gun and shooting you in your head, and this thing would be in the bottom of the Mariana Trench. And that's
true.
And that's true. You know why? Because criminals were smart back then. It's insane. Dude, honestly,
He just ratted himself out.
Yeah.
Benny
They
was
all
telling me
do.
about that at dinner yesterday. We went to Benny's house and he was talking about, he's like, that motherfucker just started talking on social media. And he's like, no one even knew you were in the fucking car.
Exactly.
He was like, why would you say anything? It was hilarious.
Yeah. So now, all right, we all know that happened. I'm not breaking any, big news stories of that, but I did want to talk to Nick about this. So, so Tupac.
So I didn't know anything about whatever the story is.
Tupac's-
Jada Pinkett?
Yeah.
Go ahead,
Okay,
sorry.
so Jada Pinkett. Tupac was not a blood or a Crip. He wasn't born in New York or L.A. He didn't come from a gang life.
He was like a middle class kid,
Yes,
right?
he was born in
Wasn't
He was born in Baltimore. He a lot like those kids on Beau is Afraid. He went to an art school with Jada Pinkett. In fact, they made a music video to Will Smith's Parents Just Don't Understand. So if that's not a little foreshadowing for you. So he went on there, and Tupac, you see Tupac in a leotard like this.
I didn't know this.
Like in a leotard like this. Like,
the fuck out of here.
doing
like modern dance,
no,
like
doing those
interpretive.
80s, well, those 80s, not like African women, like them 80s, like cool, dancing.
Oh, shit.
Dude, he had his Gumby haircut and everything.
In
and
a
he went on there
leotard?
in a leotard. Now he went on there, and years later he got hooked up with Digital Underground. Once he got with Digital Underground, he found out that he was doing all these beautiful songs, like, remember, like You Are Appreciated. When I was at me, and he would do the mom songs, and he would do Brenda Had a Baby. Well, then he hooked up with Dr. Dre and he did some gangster rap, and he noticed that he got a lot of attention.
Real
because of
quick,
gangster rap. Yeah.
I need you to fill me on
Yes, sir.
everything. So he wasn't doing rap before he tried to have a career, and he fell into rap later.
He was doing music. Listen, the dude was incredibly gifted with music in general.
Okay.
So he probably worked on a lot of different beats, a lot of different cool songs, stuff like that. So he was doing, he's dancing with Jada Pinkett, right? So they went to the same art school, right?
Right. So was he still going by Tupac?
Yeah, his name's Tupac Amaru Shakur.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So he does this and he does this. He hooks up with Digital Underground. He does the soundtrack for that Dan Aykroyd movie, Nothing But Trouble. And he goes on there and he raps with Digital Underground. I do the hump to hump.
Oh
Remember
my
that guy?
God, yes.
So he's with them. Well, he comes out and he's doing the song Nothing But Trouble, and he comes in there and like you hear the bass pickups like like these organs are playing. Tupac comes out there and just slaughters it. I'll show you the song after.
Yeah.
Amazing.
No
and you're
shit.
like, dude, and everybody's looking at this guy like, who the fuck is this guy?
Is that how he got kind of lift?
Yes.
He got lift off
he,
that?
So he got a spark under his ass and just rocket fuel from there.
No
so,
shit.
Yeah, so he started doing his own albums and
Damn,
people
I didn't
like
know
went
the whole
nuts.
history. You always know G history,
I
bro.
love this shit, yeah.
We got to do a G history segment for
Exactly.
you.
Yeah, that Tekashi, people love that
We
thing,
did.
man. Yeah.
Well, that and you gave me the Suge Knight history.
Oh, yeah, with Vanilla Ice
That
and
was
stuff like
fucking
that.
phenomenal,
Yeah.
man. All right.
So,
anyway, carry on. This is fucking fascinating.
Okay, so then he does that, and Tupac's got huge things right now. So now he's bumping shoulders with everybody. So he starts doing a little more gangster rap, right? So he meets Notorious B.I.G. and they're doing stuff together. Now it's real heavy gangster. And gangster rap is in because now it's the 90s, and that's all you hear. You got NWA. Those guys are kicking off. Everybody's doing it. So Tupac starts doing a lot of gangster rap, right? Tupac gets shot inside of a New York studio. Gets shot 5 times. Somebody put a price on it, and people always say it's Puff
This
Daddy.
is where we all know.
Yeah.
And then the truth of it just came out, the whole story.
Yeah. So he goes to the hospital, and then Tupac thinks that he needs them back. So he links up with Suge Knight and Dr. Dre and them. He does Death Row Records, right? So now he's gangster at this point, right? Like crazy. You know what I mean? And that's why he was doing all this. What I'm getting at in this whole
he
thing.
devolved into gangsterdom.
Exactly.
Like,
And the guy that they beat up, that Orlando dude, the guy that they jumped that night in Las Vegas,
Yeah.
that had nothing to do with Tupac. Tupac got shot for sticking his nose in something that he probably shouldn't have. I love Tupac. I love
Didn't
his music.
they jump
I love
the
it.
wrong guy?
They beat the shit. There was some Bloods walking in, and they were all in town for the Tyson fight.
Yeah.
One of them was like, they were like rolling 60s or something like that, and it's this Crip walking by, and the Blood saw him. They were all Don Pyru, and they all started talking shit, and they go over there and start whipping his ass. You see Tupac sprinting across the MGM Grand and start stomping on this dude's head.
Yeah.
Do you think this dude is just going to be like, whoa, Tupac, can I get an autograph?
His head
No,
bouncing?
you're like right now, like whatever you think you are, buddy, you are kicking a stone cold fucking killer in the head.
Yeah.
Like you think there might be a repercussion, just maybe.
Yeah, you're kind of hitting a hornet's nest.
Exactly. So those dudes are like, I'm gonna kill this guy. So they go, they get their car, they pull around, they see Tupac leaving. He's got the Celtics jersey with Suge Knight. They pull off onto Paradise. They pull up next to him. They shoot him. Tupac's dead.
History.
The second time,
History
is made. One of the biggest cases ever. Goes cold.
this fucking
Forensics wasn't
dickhead-
huge at this time.
Then this dickhead goes on social media.
Years later,
rats himself out.
yeah, because it's still one of the biggest cases ever, and decides to tell everybody like, hey. You know that whole Tupac thing?
It's like how every serial killer...
Right here. Yeah.
They always want recognition.
Exactly. Or like how an arsonist goes to the fire and is like, what happened?
Dude.
He's just covered in soot. he's covered in soot like he's a fucking chimney sweeper. And he's like,
He looks
are
like
there people
Van
in there?
Dyke and Mary
Yeah.
Poppins.
Yeah.
Chim chim.
He's all
chiroo.
sweating. Like he just came out of a building that was 115 degrees. He's all sweating. Like, what's going on? A fire?
He could dust.
Why go back?
He could dust for fingerprints with his breath.
Exactly.
He's like,
Dude, the building's on fire. The job's done. You did what you needed to do. What happened? Somebody in there?
What's
He can't breathe. Any water?
His lips are all chapped.
You know, so then this guy goes up there.
God.
But I'm telling you this right now, man, through all this now, there's one person that hung on to this case more than Big Keith D doing his interviews and everything. There's one person that clung to the Tupac bandwagon. Why? Because she probably had
It was Jada.
dying movie career. Her only claim to fame was knowing Tupac for that time. She married the softest rapper, the greatest. First of all, the world's greatest movie star.
She copied
but the
his
world's
hairstyle.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. Absolutely.
People
And then
are
tried to
gonna be so
lie.
mad.
I tried to lie and say it was alopecia. Bitch.
Was that a lie?
Lies. Yeah, that's a lie. If she had alopecia, so she has perfectly good eyebrows, and it's and when she
Oh,
and
yeah.
when her hairline does come in, it's perfect. There's no little bald spots or anything like that. She looks like the arsonist, right? Because the little bald spots, right? You know, like she was on a fire. But
Oh my God.
yeah, but
She should wear Pac's do-rag.
yeah, dude. Every time
This
they
is so
even
fucked up.
mention something about Pac because she maybe knew him for 8 minutes back in 1986, every time they mention Tupac,
They're the
every time,
weirdest
Dude,
couple ever,
yeah,
man.
yeah.
Sorry. I just,
No,
anyway,
no,
Tupac.
no.
We're on Tupac.
Honestly, you're at, no.
I
We're
just
on
thought her and
Jada.
immediately thought of
You're
him,
right.
though, too.
No. Listen, we're past Tupac. You're absolutely right. They are the weirdest fucking couple. She is an
bizarre.
absolute weirdo, man.
She's a lunatic and like a dictator, and he's like this like weirdly emotionally kept man. Like he's all fucked up.
Well, isn't he?
I love Will Smith
isn't
too.
he
He's
a
one of the most
cuck?
talented guys ever, dude.
Would that fall in line with a cuck? I
He's
know
definitely a cuck, but
I know
why?
you
It's
like
not that he is,
yeah.
but why is he a cuck?
No, but dig this. It's like, all right, you like seeing other guys bang your wife. Now I know there's a humiliation.
Oh, who
factor in there,
doesn't?
right? Yeah, but I mean, how about going on TV when nobody's fucking her? It's not a sexual thing, but she's just whipping your ass on camera. Saying the meanest shit,
Dragging you through the mud,
exactly,
man.
dude. And you got to sit
Punking
there,
you out.
And first of all, you're an actor, right? So it's like you're acting still because you
Yeah.
can't turn it off now. So you just like crying, just deserving every Oscar that's flying at you. You know what I mean? It's like, dude, where do you? The question is like, where do you get off with this? And it's like, dude, honestly, she is such a forgettable actress, and she's a nothing. I don't care what anyone says. She's a nothing. So it's like,
I've never been
anytime-
fascinated by
dude,
her. That's for sure.
She's literally.
I think she's decent, but I could like, who cares?
Remember when Ben Shapiro was like, and you're dancing on the graves of the kids at the Sandy Hook to
Right.
Pierce Morgan? He's
Oh
he's like,
yeah.
how dare you? He's like, so you do it all the time, Pierce.
Yeah.
Right? I'm just I want to walk up to her and go, you're dancing on the grave of Tupac Shakur. And she'll go,
You Ben
how dare
Shapiro
you?
her?
And I'll go, I see you do it all the time. I want to say that to her. I'm not even shitting you. Wouldn't that be funny? Like
I
to
wanna
say
put
that
in
to
like
her?
a super cut. That would be amazing.
Find what,
Editing
dude? I
goals, guys.
guarantee you there's at least one movie or one interview where she goes, how dare you? If we do that, I'll go, I see you do it all the time.
The super cut. All right, so hey, you want to move on? What else do we have? We have anything else
I ain't
today?
got shit, dude. I'm telling you. I think that was all the stories, Nick. But
For dry
we
red
stretched
eyes.
the shit out of that. We did though.
All right,
Oh,
so this is something I'm terrible at doing this. I
Yeah.
want to see if I can do it in one shot.
I do got one more.
Are you good at this? Can you do this good?
Yeah. Do you want me to do it?
Ah, fuck. No, Dahlia does it, but she does it in the corner of her eye, and it just like absorbs right into it. It's crazy.
I could
I
do
think
it
it's
where.
Dahlia, anyways.
Okay, I could do it where it won't bother you. I swear.
Actually, is it
You got it?
It might be Jenny.
You got it? You okay?
no, it's good. I just like.
Do you just drop
I
it on
way
your
overdo it.
eyelashes
I
and
way
wait till it
overdo
like
it.
leaks in your hand?
It hits me
in
and
your
I just
eyeball.
like, cry it out instantly. It's just too much.
No, that's good. That's the best way. When you feel it start falling across the side of your face, that's honestly the best way to go
It
about
also
it.
it feels so good when it first hits. It's
Yeah. I got a little street justice for us.
like, ooh, street justice.
And not Tupac
Yeah.
Shakur's kind. I got real street justice.
Let's
for
hear
us.
it,
I got
man.
good
I
stuff.
fucking love good old fashioned street justice.
In Virginia,
Virginia.
the most annoying phrase that's been said in the last 10 years is, it's just a prank, bro. It's just a prank.
Yes.
That's the most annoying phrase. It's just
That doesn't give you
horrible.
the right to just be a douchebag to all of society. If it's not funny, it's not funny. You know what I mean? Like, go ahead.
Yeah,
Go
well,
ahead.
remember when the Jackass
There's
guys
some-
would do shit and like somebody would throw something at them or something like that, and they wouldn't attack the guy personally. They would laugh and
Yeah.
they go, and they'd run away and they'd laugh and shit like that, because it's like, listen, dude, this guy's not here to be your sport. The whole point is you're being annoying on purpose, and things may happen.
Yeah.
So don't be all
Well, like,
freaked out when
so-
shit does go down.
Yeah, like there's the guy that like shoulder checks buff dudes hard as fuck. I'm like, dude, if he gets destroyed, I hope he does. I don't think that shit's entertaining at all. There's another guy that rides up escalators and he like touches dudes' hands and
Yep.
like starts a fight with them but never engages. Like he lets them play, like duck and then run or whatever. But it's fucking. I'm like, you're just being an obnoxious piece of shit. This
Absolutely.
isn't funny or anything.
Did you ever see the tree guy?
No, who the fuck is that?
The
What?
the tree
Groot?
guy.
I am Groot.
Well, the tree guy, he dressed in one of those green like hockey suits, the all green hockey suits that they do against thing, and he puts this tree on him, and it's like kind of like one of those like things that you fill trees in, blah blah blah. Listen, he looks like a fucking tree, and people walk by, and he scares them. Well,
You
dude,
should punch that dude square in his face.
well, this one guy, he jumped out and he scared him, and this guy kind of went, whoa, and he like went back and like slapped him, right? And the dude goes, hey, and he like jumps up and he gets out. So now you got a tree coming at you, ghetto as shit. And he comes out there and he starts punching and beating up the guy. And it's like, hold on. You scare this guy. You fuck up his day. You don't know what he's going through at this moment.
Yeah.
You freak him out to like, nobody thinks of a fucking tree jumping at you, right? Like you might have some negative reactions. It may happen, right? You know what I mean?
It's true,
And
though.
now you're going to beat his ass with like some ghetto bullshit.
So
Fuck you. What a horrible human being
yeah,
you
that
are.
guy's a piece of shit.
Yes.
And I hope that this happens to that guy. Do you want
Yeah.
to set this one
Well,
up?
his whole
We
channel
don't have
got-
I should have pulled the video up, but whatever.
No, I got they probably seen it on the thing, but I saw it on Reddit. It was wonderful. So this kid walks up to this dude and prank prank, bro. It's a prank. He has his phone out, and I don't know what the phone was saying, but it was something dirty. You know what I mean? It was something weird. It was dirty, and they got real weird, and they walked up on this dude, and you could tell that, honestly, man, this dude looked like a shut-in. Like, his hair was all whacked out. He had the big, thick Coke bottle, Jeffrey Dahmer glasses, and he's like, what? And you could tell, dude, honestly, like, he looked really uneasy. Anybody with like just some logical thinking would have took a step back and went, well, maybe this ain't the best guy. Like, hey, bro, we were messing around. Get on with your day. You know, we're gonna try this again. So he
reacted how he looked like he would react.
Yeah, he reacted. Well, dude, really uneasy. Like
wound
like it was
tight
in
as
the
fuck.
air. You know what I mean? And what is that? What does the masterful prankster do? He keeps going, right? So he puts it even closer. Now he's like intimidating because it's a bigger guy, and he's like, look, and he's like on his face, and it's like doing it right.
What a fucking asshole.
The guy takes his grocery bag and he slides it to the left side of his arm, and he pulls out a gun and he shoots the kid right in the fucking stomach.
I love it.
I just wish it was a better shot. Sorry, did I say it out loud?
Oh my god!
So
empty the clip.
So
Jesus, dude.
The kid falls on the ground and starts screaming bloody murder for help and this and that. Right?
What a pussy!
They arrest
he
the
got
guy.
Shot.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a fair reaction.
Yeah, sure. They go to court, and the kid's telling the cameras before they even read off the verdict. He goes, "I'm still gonna follow my dream. We're still doing YouTube videos. Follow my shameless."
Follow
shameless.
my dream. What an asshole.
So he has no remorse, nothing. First of all,
oh, you're so cool. You're gonna persevere over.
Yeah. Don't forget, your life might have changed a lot, but you've also now changed this dude's life, everybody in his life, everybody in your life, because you wanted to do stupid shit on the internet.
You're right.
And you have nothing to say about that. Like this guy might be facing life because of your dumb shit that you probably could have caused. That would have been completely avoidable if you wouldn't have woke up that day and went, I'm fucking stupid. Let's go film videos like this. You know what I mean? So, man, it was good. They read off not guilty.
It was just the one shot to just bow.
Bam! It was a good.
Pow,
it was
right
a good shot.
It was a great shot.
It was a good.
What if this happened instead? What if he did that and the guy falls down and then you see him in slow motion? He just goes.
Yeah.
and just finishes him.
Yeah.
But
You could have shut your fucking mouth.
Ice.
The couple. Remember the couple? Come on, dude. I showed you the video. Yeah.
That shit was wild.
And the woman, dude. I'm telling you, they deserved it. The woman's
snow
going,
couple.
dude. She's drowning in her own blood, and her last gasping words isn't a prayer or like a love you to her children or anything. Her last words are, "You motherfucking faggot!" Fucking, she's still talking shit like some Long Island Jap bitch. And he runs over to her and goes, "You could have kept your fucking mouth shut," and shoots her right now. I was like, "Oh, yes."
It was one of the craziest.
Oh, the coup de grace.
It was incredible.
It was wonderful. So
like these two people, like just a quick recap.
You want to tell them about that?
Not the whole story.
Okay.
A lot of you may have seen it, or whatever.
Uh-huh.
These two people are being assholes to their across the street neighbor, and basically
Bad.
the neighbor decides not to have it anymore, and he comes and just shoots the fuck out of both of them.
Uh-huh.
But the amount of shit they were talking, you almost are like, you root for the guy.
Yeah.
You borderline are like, he did the right thing.
Oh, yeah.
He didn't, but you feel it feels
feels
satisfying on some level. It's wrong as fuck, but it feels
dude.
right.
Well, it's like
you know what I'm saying.
it's
man?
well. Like, here's the thing, man. You just watched this dude finally snap, and you know what it feels like to be a human being
fantasize
with a
about
threshold
what he actually did,
and being pushed out. First of all, neighbors are a touchy thing, dude. I've had bad neighbors before. You feel uneasy at night. You know what I mean? Like, you ever get into an argument with your neighbor and you're just like, dude, you know what I mean? Like, that motherfucker could climb through my window.
he knows where I live.
Exactly. Yeah, he's right there. My enemy now is right there. Well, and
every time you check the mail, you just see him out the blinds.
Yeah.
He's just looking at you.
And I want to let you know this was pure Rochester trash. They were what they were doing was they were taking their shovels, and he had shoveled his driveway earlier.
Yeah.
They were taking the snow. This is what they were. Okay, let me tell you how horrible these people were. They were taking the snow from their driveway and throwing it onto
that's
his.
right. That's right.
Why?
I forgot about that.
Why? Because you're good people. You obnoxious bastards. You deserve everything you got.
He killed them, but he made sure that they were dead.
I sent multiple copies to your grandchildren. Sorry, this episode got a little
Street
weird.
justice.
Street justice.
I'm gonna wrap it up.
Yeah,
with
now
that.
that we can't do it on YouTube, that's good.
Oh,
Though we had a
man.
good right. We went a good amount. Of
Yeah,
time,
that was
right?
that was
Okay.
pretty wild.
It was a weird episode, but who cares?
So
we,
are we
honestly,
wrapping
don't these
up?
always-
What are we feeling right now? Should
I
we-
got
Are we
nothing,
done?
dog.
No. I'm fine.
Yeah.
I'm so high that I don't even know where we're on in the set list or where we're at.
It's
in
like
the
2
set
hours
list.
and 38 minutes.
Honestly, we did an hour and a half, bro. That
That's
shit went
pretty
by
good.
fast.
That's pretty good.
Oh yeah, we're fine. That's
Yeah.
plenty.
Yeah.
All right, so I guess
Plus,
we'll wrap
2
it up.
episodes. 2 episodes a week now.
Oh yeah, that's right, guys. We're changing our shooting schedule. So starting next week, we're gonna do 2 episodes. One on Friday night, correct? Because I'm
Yes.
off and you're gonna come over after work.
Yes.
And then one Saturday before I go to work. So we'll do a day episode and a night
Sunday.
episode. Sunday.
Yeah, one Friday, one Sunday.
So what we're gonna do is, at the very least, on one of the episodes once a week, it's always gonna be just me and Billy. One episode a week. The other episode it might be us just sometimes. Maybe we'll have guests on. We're gonna dick around with that, but. For right, we agreed to that. One
Yeah.
episode is just us. Always.
Absolutely,
So
yeah.
we want to deliver some consistency in like the core brand, if you want to call
Yeah.
it that, whatever you want to say. But we also want to experiment, try new things, but not deliver what you've grown accustomed to and what we know people do want to see. So we're gonna do that. So also, yeah, you want to just wrap it up?
Wrap it
Fuck
up.
it. So all right then. So always remember.
I thought that also was going to be.
it was gonna be.
Yeah.
Well, I'm so high. I fucking forgot what I was
All
gonna
good,
say.
all
It
good.
just- Can you see
Boom,
the smoke?
baby.
You can't see the smoke. Fuck.
Say the name of it, Gorilla Glue.
This is Gorilla Glue. It's a very lovely strand.
Is it
makes-
really
makes you-
viscousy too? It's real thick.
It is.
Yeah.
This one tastes a lot like, because my other one is Runson. It tastes fruity. This one tastes like wheat.
I like
but I
that.
like it though.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's skunky as fuck, but it's
Yeah.
good. But it makes you like chatty and like makes you laugh, which is why I chose this one, because my other ones are for sleep. They'll like fucking ether you.
I always like smoking weed out of joints. I
love
always
joints.
really love joints because you taste everything. I always love joints.
It hits
Yeah.
immediately, and also I'm a smoker at heart, even though I've quit. Like I still like to
So
smoke.
you have that cigarette kind of.
The only thing I smoke now is weed, and like it's a treat for me. So.
You know, I'm not honestly, man.
we just launched back into the
no,
show.
No, but
The
congratulations,
curtain goes down and then goes back up.
dude. You were a heavy smoker and you quit.
Guys,
You dropped it. That's a
nobody
big deal.
smoked more cigarettes than
Dude,
me.
no, he loved it. He
s-
outwardly spoke about it, how much he loved it.
Yes,
right? You
yes.
know, and you
I
still do.
adored
You
it.
just know it's just not a good thing.
I'm just ready to.
Yeah.
I'm ready to change, and I'll talk about this at some point in time.
Yeah.
I'm going through some like growth phases and making some adjustments, and like we'll get there. We'll get there. But anyway, so yeah. Always remember, have your conversations and not their conversations. Talk to your friends, talk to your family, talk to your community. Let's be good people again. Until next time, God bless and peace. Caca.
I always do the Sammy Sosa.
What's the Sammy Sosa?
Where you like, you know. Oh yeah, yeah, right. It's like double back. Yeah.